everybody jumping into content creating, a good microphone is a great option, and we're actually going to take a look at one for you today. Now, lavalier microphones or lapel microphones are amazing options to do, of course, when you're doing content creating or videography and all of that. Today, we're taking a look at the Haomuren lavalier microphone set. Now, this is a dual-piece set with, of course, charging case. You guys are going to get first looks at this as I am. I haven't even touched this box, so we're going to do full unboxing today, give you guys the first looks and everything. Now, I'm just going to cut the little tabs on the side so we can get access to it, but then we're going to talk about a few things. First and foremost, it shows you guys the specs on the box, which is great. It shows you guys noise canceling. Shows you guys the 2.4 gigahertz, the long battery life, and the connectability, which we'll get more into that connectability in a bit. It also shows you on the opposite side what devices you can connect up to from your phones, your tablets, your PCs, and your DSLR cameras, which is great. Guys, inside this, you're going to be greeted with everything you're going to need to get yourself up and going in content creating. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm already quite impressed with this from first look. We're going to slide this out. We're going to show you guys. Beautiful, beautiful little hard shell carrying case. Now, that's amazing to have a hard shell carrying case to take care of your product with this. Now, it is, of course, that nice tan and or apricot and gray color. It does have that gray zipper that's going to zip all the way around for us and pop up with that. Also has the Haomuren logo right on that front. Now, a little bit hard to see with all my keystone lights, but we got it there. Now, I'm actually going to say I'm quite impressed because it is, of course, cinched in and, of course, elastic strapped down with plastic wrapping. Now, I like that they added that into this so we can actually pop this out and grab our devices. Now, we're going to set that aside. We'll get back to that in a minute. We're going to grab the other side because in the other side we do have the user manual for those of you that need the user manual. Of course, you're going to have some cabling, and I like that it's got the cabling. First and foremost, 3.5 to 3.5. This is going to be for like your DSLR cameras. They also have another variation for your DSLR cameras as well, 3.5 to 3.5. You also have the charging cable, USB-C to USB-A charging cable in there. All very short cables, does not need to be long. Inside the case, and of course, beautiful elastic strapping to hold it and everything with that. We then have, of course, the microphone and the charging case and receiver. Now, this is an all-in-one piece that is actually nicely wrapped up there, very tight to protect your product. And now with this, it's a nice clear see-through shell, of course, with, of course, their logo on the front. On the back, you're going to, of course, see the USB-C charging port on there. It's also going to tell you guys the microphone and everything in there. Now, on the front, has their logo. Like I said, we'll pop it open, and once you're open, you're going to be greeted with, of course, the receivers and the microphones. You'll also be greeted with, of course, these beautiful wind socks if you guys need wind socks for outside. I like that they added that. Now, the receiver. I'm going to grab the receiver and kind of show you guys. All of these pieces have these little covers over the pins. That's meant for charging ports, so take off that plastic. That way, guys, when you set it back in there, it's going to start charging, and you see the battery life of the receiver and, of course, the battery life of the case. Now, you're going to do the same thing for the microphones. Now, you have two microphones, and that's going to mean you can have two users with this, and that's actually beautifully well done. Again, it's got a USB-C connection, so you guys can connect it up with USB-C. That's going to be a charging capability if you guys want to connect it up to a power bank to make it last longer. Love that they added that. They also have, of course, the little, looks like 3.5 jack, and it's got, of course, our power buttons on the side. It's got a little clip to clip on, and I want to see something. Okay. Oh, it is rotatable. That's kind of cool. So the lapel mic or the lavalier mic rotates with this. Now, I like that they added that for us. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to set that one back in there, and, of course, we have the opposite side. Still got to pull off that little tab for us. Now, this may be a little bit longer of a video than my usual ones, but that's because we're going into full depth with this. Now, connectability. Yes, you guys can connect it those ways I talked about, but you also have these connectors right here. This is going to be your lightning cable for your iPhones or your tablets or your iPads. You're also going to have a USB-C connector right here as well for your USB-C devices. By doing that, you're going to grab the receiver. The receiver, that's, of course, that same thing that's going to be able to plug and play. You're going to connect that in here just like this, and then you're going to have the connectability to connect it up to, let's say, Samsung S21, right? Right there, we're connected up, and we have the receiver set up. and ready to receive our signal. It'll be the same thing if you're not using the USB-C side. Now, that's actually kind of cool, but remember, guys, you're going to have to pop that out, and then you're going to grab, of course, the opposite one with this, and we're going to set that on there right there, and you can do lightning cable for the iPhone. So you do have that connectability and the adjustability with that to be set up and going. Love those options. Now, yes, it pops out. It's going to take a little bit to pop out if you don't have nails like me, so just be careful that when you're pulling it out and put it back together. Make sure you put the pieces back in, of course, the case. Now, the receiver, I'm going to set the receiver back in here because I do want it to get slight charge, but I'm going to grab a microphone because we have the microphone right here. Now, this microphone has got this piece right here, which is, of course, I'm going to pick that up in a second. We have the lavalier cover. Now, this cover does clip on and will need to be, of course, clipped into place just like that. We now have a windsock. Now, of course, using this, we're literally going to find a place to clip it, and we're ready to go. That's actually kind of cool. Now, yes, I dropped the other one on the ground, which is a big deal. We have it here. Put it back in, of course, the casing, and we're good to go. Receiver connection, of course, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the USB-C cable for this one. I'm going to connect the USB-C up to, of course, my actual computer. I actually have a cable sitting here just like this, just like that. We're now, of course, connected and ready to go. Now, pairing it up, you guys are going to have to pair up the mics, and then you should be good to go. Next up, guys, we're actually going to use this on the PC so you guys can hear this and how it works on the PC just as it is. Okay, before we actually test the microphone, I need to actually show you guys how to connect it up. Now, it's actually quite simple. You're going to take the receiver. Now, yes, the receiver's plugged in. You don't have to have it plugged in. Mine's plugged in because I'm doing it directly to my PC as the receiver. I'm going to hold the power button down there on the bottom, and we're going to actually allow it to come and light up, and you guys will see it lights up. Now, the microphones are flashing. You're not going to grab the receiver. Same thing. You're going to grab the power button on the side right here. We're going to actually hold it up, and the moment it comes on, it is now paired up to this microphone. Now, what we're going to do is, of course, clip the microphone to my shirt. And, guys, we're going to do this raw and set up just like this. I'm going to set it right here now. I may flip it the other way to give it a little bit of, maybe. My shirt is not liking this. It's just my shirt, guys. You guys will be able to clip this on better. My shirt's a little big, a little loose, so it's just one of the things. Now, what I'm going to do is now I'm going to switch microphones. I will be right back. We now have the Haomuren microphone connected up. Now, it is just raw, plugged in, connected as it is, and you guys can see it's upside down. Now, yes, I guarantee if I kind of, fix this up and set it properly, right there, it would probably sound a lot higher and peak better because it was dropped down. Now, this is a wireless controller. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set this controller or the wireless receiver right here on the desk. I'm going to step away, of course. We're going to start walking over here. And you guys will notice that I should sound about the same as I was just when I was sitting there. It might peak a little lower. It might peak a little higher. It just really depends on that. Now, yes, if I tap, you're going to hear the taps. Now, yes, it does have noise canceling built in. It's not going to be, of course, the world's strongest. Now, if I move over here towards the AC noise should be down there lower than my voice, which is kind of cool. Not bad so far. Now, we haven't adjusted anything. We're just straight playing it. And the cool part is if I really want to, now, yes, there's the microphone drop down. I can tap it. I tap it again, and the mute button is off. So that is just raw plug and play, right? So like I said, that was just raw plug and play off of my PC. First testing, excellent. Not an issue. Now, the next test I definitely want to do is, of course, off my iPhone. Now, what I'm going to do is, of course, grab the adapter right here, the lightning cable adapter, and I'm going to clip this on just like that. And I'm going to grab my iPhone, and we're going to set the iPhone up. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find an iPhone holder to record this. I'm going to literally set my iPhone so it's recording in the kitchen, and I'm going to walk down my hallway. My hallway is really long. I want to do a nice distance test to see how long or how far I can go before it starts dropping out slightly. Now, yes, On my iPhone, it's probably going to be a little bit different. We're going to actually be using what's called Blackmagic to record from. Blackmagic is a recording software that I'm going to use on this to record with that. That way I can actually switch microphones and switch what microphone I want to use. So guys, give me a second. We're going to set that up, and that's what you're going to see next from this.
We're now doing a quick test right here. I actually have this microphone set up to me. I'm going to keep walking away, and hopefully it keeps intact with you. Now, as I'm going, I'm going to turn some lights on. As you guys can see, I am quite a ways away. I'm actually in my back bedroom, which is kind of cool. I know it's going to be harder for you guys to see me way back here, but hopefully the microphone is still picking up perfectly well. Now, I have a very, very large apartment, over 1,200 square feet, so the distance from the kitchen to here is a nice long walk, of course, with that. Now, it should sound like I've stayed with you the whole time, which is great to know, but once I start flipping switches and coming back to you, we should still be in, of course, sound mode, where you guys can hear me and sound very, very well, which is amazing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch back over to the other camera and the other setup in a second.
Okay, as you guys see, I just did that video test on an actual iPhone. It's going to be the same way with, of course, your DSLR cameras, your, of course, USB-C connections as well. The microphone, quite surprisingly, has a really good distance. Now, yes, the noise canceling works well, but there is still a little bit of background noise. Always going to be with these guys. It's not full-on, integrated AI style of noise reduction. At the point, you're in a different range of products, of course, with that. Now, no corks with this. Yes, you heard me tap the microphone off and on. You heard a little wind sound, of course, with that, even with the sock. And that's because my shirt is really, really loose, so it wasn't sitting perfectly tight. But receiver, guys, when you're done, put the receiver back in, let it charge. Same with, of course, the actual microphone. Now, with the microphone, of course, take the windsock off, put the windsock back on its hole and connect it in there, and set that in there. Dual channels, of course, with this connectability, great charging rate. You're going to get about 10 hours of usage on a full charge. You're going to get, of course, multiple hours after that with this in the case as well on top. You guys have a nice long time. 36 hours total, 10 on the actual things, plus 36, total with the case. Connectability, wide range of connectability with all the different devices and pieces, of course, with that. Now, what's even better is you guys can even connect up, let's say, a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, so you can actually have live monitoring backwards. So you can hear what your voice sounds like with that on hand. If you guys need a very beautiful case and a beautiful setup to start doing your content creating, Haomuren's got you covered, guys, with this Lavalier microphone two-piece set. I want to thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a great one.